Hello everybody, Kyle here, bringing you another Pokemon video. So today, I got another 6v6 for you. I am really liking the 6v6 scene, right? I got a Twitter running now, it's in my About section, it's at the Uber Typhlosion, and I'm following every Pokemon channel that I can find, on YouTube and on Twitter, so that hopefully I can get lots of cool battles with other people that you might know of. But at the same time, whenever I'm looking for a battle, if I just go stand like in Lumio City or by the breeding center, and I just have my profile say 6v6, no legends, people challenge you like pretty quickly. About 3 refreshes of the passerbys. You know how if you stand somewhere long enough, the passerbys will refresh, and more people will come in. It seems within 3, I usually get a challenge or two. I don't get so many really late at night when it's mostly Japanese and South Korea on because they probably can't read that I'm asking for a battle. Um, that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I'm loving this. The Sun team is literally almost done. I know I keep saying that. That's because they've been almost done for a long time. I just haven't had the time to put the hours in to finish them. Also, I really wanted to have Hex on my Ninetales, who is my drought setter, because I wanted to, combo her Will-O-Wisp with Hex, and stuff like that. But sadly, I accidentally evolved Vulpix at the wrong time, and I misunderstood that you get Hex when you evolve Vulpix into Ninetales at level 27. Not you get it at level 27 as Ninetales, like when you hit level 27. So I evolved my Vulpix at like level 13, and then now I can't get Hex. I can't even get it from the move tutor, so that's really sucks. But it's okay, because I'm actually going to put Psyshock on it, which is going to be good. Because it'll just be nice, I think, to have some psychic coverage. Because I don't have any on the team. I will be showing you the team very soon, hopefully, in action even. But not for not for a couple more days, I don't think. Just because I want to also use them a little bit. If when I'm learning to use them, if I have a pretty good match, I'll actually, I'll go ahead and I'll commentate that. But I don't expect to have any like really exciting matches for a little while, since I'm going to be feeling out the team. I have a feeling I'm going to get stomped a lot, since I have some glaring weaknesses, since the team is mainly grass fire. Um, it's kind of fun. I feel like I'm putting together a Pokemon deck. If any of you ever played that when you were younger or still play it now, how you'd always make a bicolor deck, like, well, I'm going to go fire, water. I'm going to go electric, dark. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Uh-oh, ow. Ow. This match I got it while I was sitting in front of the Pokemon Breeding Center, just broadcasting, looking on Showdown, trying to plan what kind of team I want to use for that show match I told you guys about. And I got a challenge, and I was really excited about it. So I took it. Let's go ahead and jump into the teams. So looking at the teams, Chandelure, Krookodile, Venusaur, Mawile, Jolteon, and Greninja. See, now I like this team because even though he has Pokemon that are known, I don't feel like they're that common. Or, you know what I mean? He doesn't have like a super overused team, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Chandelure is cool, you see those a lot, but it's just nice to see one again. Krookodile, I've never actually faced one before. I know that they're not uncommon. I just personally have never actually fought against one, somehow. And then Jolteon's always nice to see thrown in there. It's got good speed, it's got good power. I like it. I like this team. Of course, I'm bringing the same team as I have been bringing. I'm sorry that it's been so stale. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe you guys are still enjoying this team. Maybe it's not stale. But I, been working on the Sun team, so I haven't been breeding new Pokemon to just kind of throw randomly into the team. And therefore, what I'm saying, I just haven't had, ow, sorry, I keep getting distracted. I have, like, this wound on my foot, and I need to stop messing with it. Yeah, that's probably too much information. You're like, wow, TMI, bro. But because I'm breeding a team specifically to work together, they're the kind of designed for that, so I haven't popped one of them in here. Although, I mean, it might be okay, but that's not the point. The point is, breaking down the team, so what I was looking at was, this is my goal. Other than his Venusaur, everything is susceptible to toxic spikes on his team except for Mawile, but Mawile won't remove them from the field. She just won't get poisoned. But that's okay because I have my Magneton for that, so I can, try to get a Thunder Wave on her and then take her out, hopefully, with Garchomp. Get her down low enough and then finish her off with Garchomp or something like that. And then Venusaur. So my plan was to set up Toxic Spikes to force him to either bring out his Venusaur or to just let Toxic hit things. And then to try to trap him, basically to force him to bring Venusaur out in the field and then to Brave Bird it, and then to go for Toxic Spikes on the rest of the team, and just use that to my benefit. And that was my plan going into this. That was really all my plan was. That was all the that was all the depth I had gone into about how I wanted to play out this match. But yeah, so it's already been 6 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. This match, I'm really excited about this match. I think you guys are gonna like it. Now, going into it, I did lead off my Tentacruel, as I said, because I wanted to set up my Toxic Spikes. But as you're gonna see here, he actually leads off with his Greninja. And fearing the extra sensory, I'm actually going to withdraw here. And he also withdraws. So I could have set them up and I didn't. He goes into Jolteon, and I'm going to go into Magneton, I believe? No, I go into Starmie. That's right, so I go into Starmie, and then realizing that this is still a bad position, I withdraw immediately again, now into Tinker, into Magneton, to take this substitute. That's right. He's not hitting me with anything yet. I'm gonna go hit for Flash Cannon here. Shadow Ball, I'm not worried about. I'm not really thinking this Jolteon's Arsenal that is gonna scare my Magneton off the field. Even though it's special and Magneton is physical, Magneton's just a beast. It can take special hits too. Does not care. Sorry guys, I'm also just letting you know I'm not talking so excitedly because my roommate is asleep at the moment. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted a little bit. Alright, so Spooky's gonna come in, that's gonna be his Chandelure. I had went for Toxic, expecting him to switch out, and he did. So I got Toxic on the Chandelure, which is fine with me, because I feel like those sometimes run leftovers. This one I don't believe is. No, it's not. I actually don't know what its item is. Maybe it's a Focus Sash. I'm not sure. Either way, it can't do it. Go back into Crude because I should be able to wall this thing with a special wall, and it doesn't have any super effective moves that I can think of. It does get the burn though, which is gonna suck. That's definitely going to completely negate my sustain. And I go for these. Oh, I go for the Hex here because I figured he might switch in something that can take a Scald really well. So I go ahead and I just go for Hex because I figured if he stayed in, that'd be super effective damage. Anyways, I guess either way it would. But that was just, I felt like that was the safer bet. Although, looking back at it in hindsight, I probably should have just gone for the Scald anyway, so I'd have the chance to burn, and I'd have the stab damage, so on and so forth. But we make mistakes, and we learn from them. I'm going to pull Crude back out, and I believe I'll go right back into Magneton here, because that just, it just walls this Jolteon so well. He didn't seem to have any hidden power ground or anything like that, which I have seen before. It's going to eat that Volt Switch, he's going to go back, and I don't know what he goes into. I'm like kind of remembering this match as we go back into Spooky. That's right. This match was was him trying to catch me out with Magneton with his Chandelure. That was like the big thing. Is he really wanted to somehow hit my Magneton with the fire move? I hadn't had the chance. I was expecting. Now it turns out he does have a move that can super effect Tentacruel, which I did not know, and he gets a crit, which is extremely unfortunate. That crit might have mattered. I guess it'll. I'm not going to tell you if it mattered or not, because I don't want to spoil what happens in the future. Now, thinking that he might have HP Ice here is the only thing I can think of why he switched that in, but it was still a bad switch in my opinion, because obviously Earthquake is super effective on Chandelure, and it's also super effective on Jolteon, and therefore Jolteon is going to go down to my Earthquake, so that is first blood from me. But that doesn't always mean the victory, as we all know. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm like, okay, I got first blood. It's been a little while. Now Midnight comes in. Obviously, he has the Ice Beam. I mean, that's just obvious. Now, this thing is also pretty fast. I went ahead and sent in Tentacruel to take any hit, or to take the Ice Beam, I should say. But I still don't want to keep Tentacruel in, because as I said, I was afraid he had extra sensory, and I did not want to go down to that. So I probably should have switched into Starmie or something like that instead. But I know these things carry Dark Pulse sometimes, so I wasn't really sure who to switch in and take the Ice Beam. And sure enough, he does have the Dark Pulse, so I'm glad I didn't stay in. Now, I stayed in here with Crude at this point in time, because I figured I should just scout if he has extra sensory, just out of curiosity, and he does not. Scald's going to do really good damage for not having any investment, but it is a crit. But I feel like even without that crit, that might still be a 2-hit KO, but I'm not entirely sure. Actually, I don't think that. I think that's still a 3-hit KO without a burn. I didn't get the burn, sadly, but that's okay. He's not physical anyways. I wasn't too upset about that. In comes Forest, which is his Venusaur. So now Venusaur has been revealed, though we already knew it was going to come. Come on, camera. I go for Scald again, just because I figured I'd try to finish him off. I don't get a burn with my second Scald, too, so it's really sad. So I get the burn. I get burned. I get no burns on him. I went ahead and stayed in at this point, because I figured Crude has ran out of his usefulness, sadly. I go for the Hex just to kind of scout how much damage I can do with that, out of curiosity for future. He goes for Giga Drain, but I'm actually running the Liquid Ooze, so that's a little extra damage on Venusaur. I kind of wish I had more HP at that point in time, but I don't, sadly, so that's not too much damage. But I do like Liquid Ooze, because it throws people off, they don't expect it. It doesn't seem to ran that often, and most grass walls seem to run some type of Giga Drain. I go for Psychic here. Now, I'm actually really surprised Venusaur lives that. I was not expecting that at all. Totally blew me away. He goes to Sleep Powder, but I do have Natural Cure, so that's not too big of an issue. But at this point, he has me on the back foot. He has this Venusaur that's so close to going down, but I can't keep Starmie in because it's now asleep, and I don't want her to take hits for no reason. She's not that burly. In comes Esquire, predicting a grass move. Sure enough, it was Leech Seed, so not going to affect me. He has Withdraw Force at this point, and I took the time to set up a Calm Mind, just in case he sent in something that I could attack. But he does send in Chandelure, so that is a special a special attacker. And I do stay in at this point and go for the Giga Drain, expecting him actually to switch out again. I predicted him to predict me to switch out, so I stayed in, but he also stayed in. So that was a bad prediction on my part. I should have switched out. He does go for the Flamethrower, but being specially defensive, I am going to take that pretty well. I wasn't sure if I could take another one after Leftovers and another Giga Drain, but I decided at this point it was worth the risk, so I stay in and go for Giga Drain one more time, hoping to take out Chandelure this turn after poison damage. And there we go. Giga Drain goes off. It didn't do as much damage as I expected it to do the second time, so it might have rolled a low damage number. He's going for Flamethrower again, and sure enough, I am going to live this with 3 HP. So, so as much as I want to say, oh yeah, I totally mentally calculated that, no. But as we're going to see, he gets similar look on his side, because the Toxic doesn't finish him off. So he's actually going to pull it out. At this point, though, that's a dead Pokemon, because even next time he switches it in, it's just going to die on switch in to Toxic damage or to an attack. You know what I'm saying? And it's not faster than a lot of my Pokemon, so I guess maybe he wanted to save it for the Magneton, because I believe that's still up at this point. But for Giga Drain, here's how much damage I would do. It didn't do very much, and he's going to go for Sludge Bomb, I believe, this next turn, and that will be enough to take me out, even with my Calm Mind up. Oh no, I go for the Safeguard. So for the future, for the next like 5 turns or so, he won't actually be able to do any sneaky Hex tricks on my team. And there we go. So Venusaur, what did I send in after Venusaur? Was it Misty? Did I send in Misty? No, I sent in LaFonda. I knew I was faster, that's right. I knew I was faster, and then I could kill it with an Earthquake, so that is going to be Venusaur down finally. It didn't Mega, which I was actually surprised about, because now I look at his team, I don't think he has a Mega. I don't think he has a Mega, does he? Now in comes Midnight, and I am going to switch out, expecting the Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure Greninja jumps faster than me, but I didn't want to take the chance of finding out and losing Garchomp for no reason. I bring a Tinker at this point in time, because Tinker really doesn't... Now that Jolteon's gone, I don't need Tinker too much against this team. But he's also one of my walls, so I mean, that's the point. I figured he could just take the hit. Now, this thing is going to be a problem. I don't really have something to deal with it. I do have the Close Combat on my Staraptor, but I know these things are usually pretty bulky. At least the ones I've seen, like the one that Moody ran on her team. Now, that was a big mistake. So I switched in Starmie and then lost it immediately, and that is a huge loss. He gets the Moxie boost. I lose Starmie. I am not sitting in a good position here at all. I do bring in Staraptor, and I guess predicting the close combat, he switches out and goes into his Mawile to get the Intimidate off even. So that does suck. But even after the Intimidate, I'm not too unhappy about this close combat damage. If I wasn't intimidated, I'm pretty sure that might have been a 2-hit KO. So that's not bad. That's something good to think about in the future. Though I don't know if it's a 2-hit KO on Mega Mawile though. I'm not too sure about that. At least with whatever spread he's running. I'm running Magneton because this is why I run Magnet Pull on Magneton, so that if a Mawile is on the field, I can guarantee that I'm going to be able to get a Thunder Wave on them. Now I went for Swords Dance, and this made me extremely terrified because, damn, that is scary. So I think to get, what is it, Huge Power or Pure Power? No, they get Huge Power and a Swords Dance. That is ridiculous. Pardon me. Iron Head isn't going to do too much damage, so again, this is a good wall against Mawile because she doesn't have really too much that she can do except for Fire Fang. This one doesn't have it. I go for the Flash Cannon, doing some super good damage. I will go down to Play Rough though, because after that Swords Dance, I cannot live that, which I'm very sad about. I bring in F-Zero. I figure I can finish it off with a close combat, but as we're going to see, even if they Intimidate, she is going to go for Sucker Punch, and this damage is going to be so good. I'm actually going to go down instantly. So now I'm definitely in a very, very bad position. I bring in LaFonda because, again, there's literally nothing I can do about it. Now, the Sucker Punch, she does get paralyzed. I don't know if that would have killed me. I'm going to say yes, it probably would have, but she will go down to the Earthquake. So that's Mawile out of the way. And I believe the next Pokemon he's going to send in is his Greninja, who is then going to go for Ice Beam, as we all can already predict. I'm sorry, I still am bad about getting ahead of the video as I start to remember what actually happened. Ice Beam's going to come in. That is going to KO my LaFonda, or my Garchomp. I also don't know if you guys prefer, well, I'll get to that later. Well, that's the game. That's the game. So good game, Citrus. You took me out. Man, Citrus beat me. That was a good game. He beat me, technically he beat me 3-0, but I kind of want to say he beat me 2-0 because the Chandelure. No, Citrus, you got a 3-0. You got a 3-0. I feel like the Chandelure is pretty much dead anyway. So just for my confidence, I'm gonna tell myself he got a 2-0 in the back of my mind. No, it's okay. It's just a 2-0. Just a 2-0. But it's okay. It's okay. 3-0 actually seems to be pretty common, I feel, as a score in 6v6, because usually by the time you get someone down, once you guys get down to the amount of Pokemon where one side has 3, usually both sides are down to about 3, and then it seems like once you get down to that 3 versus 3 scenario, once one of those bricks is removed, the entire team collapses. Like the last 3 Pokemon just like a building, you know, getting destroyed, demolished. That's what I was going for. Like a building getting demolished, they just kind of collapse. And so 3-0 seems like it's a pretty common score actually in the 6v6 from my experience so far. But yeah, that was a good match. That Crocodile, I definitely needed my Staraptor for, and even then, I don't actually know if it would have KO'd it or not with one close combat. And I'm pretty sure Crocodile carries some kind of rock move. I think they learn a rock move. I know they get Stealth Rocks, but I don't know if they actually learn like a regular old like Rock Slide or something. I feel like they do, but man, I feel like that battle, as soon as I lost my Starmie to that Earthquake, that was pretty much game, because I really needed Starmie because she's very fast and could deal with the Greninja, and so I needed her to give my Garchomp backup, and I wasn't able to do that. My Garchomp couldn't outspeed the rest of the team, and therefore we lost the match. So I think that's the moment when I lost, is when I let Starmie go down to Earthquake. That was definitely the moment. It was really bad switch-in. I don't know what I was thinking. But as I said, I'd never really fought a Crocodile before, so I didn't know what they did. And now I know. Earthquake. Earthquake's the thing. Earthquake, that's my theme right now. Me making mistakes related to Earthquake. I need to pull up Showdown, type Earthquake, and look at every Pokemon that can learn Earthquake and just memorize them. Just Crocodile, Salamence, Onyx, Geodude, Golem. I'm being Gyarados. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, guys. Sorry, I feel like this was kind of a sloppy commentation. A sloppy commentating job. Um, because I was trying to not be too loud, and then I was getting distracted by everything. So I apologize. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was actually. Maybe I commentated that fine. I feel like it's a little sloppy, but damn, Citrus. I love the berries named after you. Very good opponent. Thank you very much for this match. If you were somehow watching, that is fantastic. But I have a feeling that at this point in time you aren't watching. Maybe in the future. Maybe like a year from now, you'll go back and you'll be like, well, what were like the first matches he played? And you're gonna see me versus you, and you'll be like, oh dang, that's right. I remember this guy now. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. But yeah, guys. Again, sorry. Why am I apologizing? Why am I apologizing? But yeah, guys. There we go. That was a cool match. Sun Team should be showing up in videos pretty soon. I'd say give me a couple more days. I'm also going to be putting a lot of time into breeding my mono-type team. I found out my opponent said he's using water. So I don't think I'm going to be using flying now, because even though water isn't a direct counter to flying, he will have access to Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, etc., etc. And while I would have access to Zapdos, one, it's kind of putting all my eggs in one basket. Pardon me. And two, pardon me. I get hiccups once a video, guaranteed. And two, I don't actually have a Zapdos, so I can't use it against him. So there we go. That is the problem. I'm kind of thinking of Poison. Poison would be kind of fun. There are a lot of water Pokemon that get psychic moves, I feel like. Well, I mean, I know Golduck and Starmie do, obviously. I feel like Lapras does, right? I don't know if he's using Lapras, but I feel like Lapras gets a psychic move. And doesn't Dugong? I feel like a lot of water Pokemon get psychic moves. I could be completely wrong, though. I think Dugong gets Psybeam, doesn't it? I don't know. But that's not the point of this video. That's just me theory crafting in my own mind. I'll have to go look up water Pokemon and see what kind of coverage they get, so I can pick something that I won't be at a huge disadvantage. But yeah, Ice Beam and Thunderbolt being really common moves on water Pokemon is not something that I want to risk. And yeah, this match was pretty cool. I wish that I had... Damn, I wish I could have gotten my Toxic Spites up and got that Venusaur to come out, but I wasn't able to. I kind of threw Starmie to the dogs by accident, and I feel like I said, that's definitely the point where I feel like I lost this match. But yeah, if you guys see anything during the video that I could have done better, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you see anything my opponent could have done better, or something you noticed, maybe there was something my opponent did that you thought was kind of cool that I maybe didn't mention, maybe I didn't notice it, leave it in the comments, bring my attention to it. But thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate your support, and I will see you for the next battle video in tomorrow. Yeah.